Hello there, it's me PanGamm, and about 5 or 6 months ago, I decided to recreate rooms from Dandy's world into Minecraft. And now we're doing a part 4! And I already know some of you are thinking, he's already made 12 of these maps, surely he's gotta stop. No. It's time that I add 4 more rooms to that list that I've said earlier, so grab a snack, relax, as I recreate Dandy's world in Minecraft for the 4th time. I don't think there's really much I have to say before we get into what you've all been waiting for, but if you do have any suggestions for what floors I should do in the future, or what else I should do in the future, let me know in the comments below. I really like to hear your thoughts. Anyways, let's get on with this. For these kind of videos, of course, I decided to put even more updates into the maps. So, what did I even do? Let's find out. Alright, so we have came back into the world again, and we are now at the lobby. But you're gonna notice a bit of a change with the updated changelog, and the lobby is now catered towards the Christmas event. So let's have a look! Firstly, we're gonna have a stop by at the Christmas shop, where Bobette would usually be. I decided to try and implement posters as paintings for a bit. That room is now covered in snow, where it wasn't before. And the Dandy shop has got a massive change. Firstly, notable is the NPC that we decided to have in here, called Adam. We also decided to make it so, yeah, the copper golems are now plushes. Don't ask why, we just decided to do it. Unfortunately, we are not giving the same treatment for Dial just yet. The next thing we'll notice is, yep, this observatory area has gotten a massive update, making it feel a lot more festive. One thing I decided to do that is fully custom in this is with this door. As we go through it, you will see this hallway where it is literally connecting all of the event maps together. And it's mainly just so it isn't cluttering up with the actual elevators themselves. So, that was all the updates. Now let's go to the floors themselves. The first proper room that we're actually going to look at today is the greenhouse room, which I'm still convinced is the smallest room in the game. So, here we are in the lobby, but before we head into the greenhouse room itself, we might as well have a change of skin real quick, because more toons. Were you really expecting another toon to pop up? Back on track, to get to the greenhouse room, all we need to simply do is press the top button right here. And here we are, the greenhouse room. One thing that we are going to notice after we leave this room is not just the machines and boxes here, but also more boxes and these little exhibit things as we go past. Alright, so now we made it to the fake or broken elevator, and we can see a bunch more of these shelves and boxes just thrown about and cluttering up the place. And you know what? I think this is perfect time for me to show what this place looks like in a blackout. So now we're going to be back at the elevator, and we are ready to turn off the lights and show you the greenhouse room in a blackout. This gives me a really good reason just to explore more of the map and see what this whole place looks like in a blackout. I mean, we've got some boxes, tables, chairs, more of those, but also I decided to make the choice to make these things glow. We're now here through the other side of the map as we got more of these boxes, bookshelves, all of that. And here we are now in the fake elevator room again. And I think this is prime time for us to also have a look through the middle right here. But also just to turn on these lights, because I don't think either I or you want to be stuck in the dark for too long. And now the lights are finally back in this room. A quick little starting room for the video, short and sweet, but we still got more to go. Next up is the projector room, which I thought we were going to do in part 2, but we're doing it here now. To get to the projector room, all we need to do is head to the blue elevator and put in the top button, and here we are. Starting off up at the top here, we have the little theater area. We made the bean bags, having a ton of machines over here, and as we head downstairs, we can see this giant bookshelf here. Alright, so we are now here in this part of the map, and it is still fairly open. I think this room is mostly going to be open space anyways. So we're gonna go to the back elevator, and yep, it's open. And I feel like it's a nice time for me to show what it looks like in a blackout. Alright, so I'm going to be making my way up here, and there's the elevator. And, oh, wait, we're not leaving yet, I almost forgot. We need to flip the lever instead, and, yep, now we're going to see what it looks like. In this room, there's really not much housing here, just more of those pallets and boxes. As we're going to make our way down here. Never mind, it wasn't there. I thought there was going to be a machine type over there. But no, I think I know where it is again. It was in this part of the map. And if I'm correct, I gotta go over here. And yep, a treadmill machine. We're doing these now. But yeah, I think I need to put on the lights again. So let's head back to the elevator itself. As, yep, there's a machine right there. But I say we're just gonna turn on these lights again because I think we've already had enough of this room in a blackout. So, alright, I didn't forget which one it was. And, yep, here we are. Just gonna head into this room so you can get a better visual of the treadmill machine itself that I tried to make. And now that that's out of the way, I think this is the right time for me to, end us looking at the projector room. But yeah, we're just gonna have a look at this room again, and yeah, I think we are done with this. So let's have a look at something else. Next map is going to be the warehouse room, which will actually show a surprise for you a bit later. I think you already know what we have to do, but this time in the red elevator. And now here we are in the warehouse room. Firstly, yeah, there's gonna be carpets here instead of actual wood, and there's gonna be a reason for that later. Next part of the room that we're gonna look at here is this, the car park area, or van park. I tried to make a tipped over van there. We've got a few of these, vans just lying around here, as well as some shelves and boxes lying around. Now we've made it to the fake elevator location. We're going to have a look around here for a bit and see, yep, more of this stuff happening here. And now we are going to have a look at this place in a blackout. Back to the elevator, and we are going to pull the lever right here. And now, the warehouse room, but it's now dark. So one thing that would be noticeable here in the blackout is actually the vans, as their rear lights are still on for some reason. But we're going to keep moving on ahead, and we are going to have a look through over here as we see a nice little computer still active somehow. Also, I decided to put a little secret machine right over here. No reason, just felt like it. I'm also just going to show you a bit more of the vans themselves, as, yep, they have different license plates, if I'm correct. There should be something up there showing it in better detail, but now I think would be a good time for us to turn back on the lights and show the little surprise that I had exclusively for this room. Yup, I made this for an ice fall too. I'm just gonna say this, I enjoyed the ice falls in the actual game, and I really wanted to do something like this, especially for this part. So, even though it took a bit of trial and error for me to deal with, I eventually found a way totally. Okay, please goddamn work. What do you mean you can't find the damn blocks? I've merely just been enjoying myself here on the ice, and I am going to go to the front part of the map though. But yeah, I feel like this room would be very much enjoyable, especially with the ice floor variant, as... Oh yeah, I also need to show you... Yep, that is why we also want them as carpets too. But, anyways, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, because, yeah, this has been really nice doing this. And, yeah, I feel like we should be continuing this. One thing that you may have noticed earlier in the video, that the fact that we didn't show what maps we decide to update. So why don't we show you them? The maps that we mainly decided to update are the ones from part 1, which is the main rooms. So we're only going to show Shelly and Astro's room. As, yep, all we did was pretty much make it so there's more decorations and such. Now let's get back on track, there's still one more room left. The final room that we're having a look at is the new Christmas room, from the most recent event as recording this. So let's have a look. Before I have a look at the map itself, I'm gonna go change my skin yet again to something more festive. Well, at least I tried. Okay, so unlike the other maps that we've shown before, in order to access this map, we actually need to go back to where this room is before. So through this door and at the end of this hallway. As we've seen all these other events, and now the new Christmas event elevator. We press this button, and here we are. So let's have a look around. Firstly, what we're going to do is go up these stairs and into this portion of the map where we see a bit of a table and such, but also these presents that are up here and are actually there in the original map themselves. Now we're going to go up here into the kitchen area and such, but we're not going to go through that, and instead going to go around here into the lore room of this map, which, I'll say, I tried to do what I could with this, but anyways, onwards. Out of the kitchen now, and we can see the other elevator here, as well as some bookshelves around us, and for some reason, Dandy's shop is over here, I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, we're not going to turn the lights off yet. Going down now as we enter the ice rink that is on this floor. And you've already heard me talk about how fun it was during the ice floor. And yep, this still stands. Let's not get ahead of myself though, and let's see more of this map. Back up here on this part of the map, and I will admit, this part of the map actually gives some pretty decent views of the ice rink and the elevator itself. And yeah, this is really nice for me, especially if I want to get some good screenshots and such. But now it's time to see this map in a blackout. So here we are, back over here, and we're gonna flip the lever, and boom! It's now all gone dark. First things first, we're gonna have a look at the kitchen a bit more, while we see a few countertops over there, a machine right at the back, and some boxes over there. But there is one downside to this. And because all of these are low-hanging lights, you get to see a ton of redstone blocks, unfortunately. With that aside, we now see the elevator still having light, as we get a better look at the treadmill that's here on the ice, and just generally having fun around here. Gotta love it. Still have no idea why that spotlight's still on though, but oh well. Just decided to pop back up over here to the lore room again, just to show you all what this pretty much looks like in the blackout. We're now just going to go back down here, see that lovely machine over there, and I think it's a better time than any to put the lights back on again. Let's have a bit further look at the map then. Back in the kitchen again, and yep, aside from these boxes, I also wanted to look at this little area where you can just have a nice little sit and eat and such. And I think, apart from that, I think that covers it. So let's go back down here, and yep, just have a nice look up from, you know, all the little reefs and such, before we have to bring all of this to a close. And I feel like I did quite a good job with all of this, and I really hope this goes well. I quite like making all of this, and hopefully I get to do more in the future. So, yeah. Hopefully you had a nice time watching this video, and I think I will be seeing you all later. Bye!